Hello, everyone. This is Kristen Brinley, and I'm here with Tom and Evan. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for
Absolutely.
having
Thanks.
us.
Yep, they are on our cover for July. So, this right here is a beautiful cover. I was really excited about it, and they're on page 42. Make sure you check it out. And Tom and Evan definitely should be on the cover with their team. This is all about collaboration. Their team did over $77 million in business last year, 57% up from 2019 to 2020. And the Wardman Residential at Compass. I can't wait to ask you about that later too, like the name itself. Um, it's an honor to have you guys on.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So, I love this question. Like, why real estate? You guys are both really smart gentlemen, and you could do anything. Why real estate for y'all?
I think I love it because it's something different every single day. You especially running the team and mentoring them, and not a single day is ever the same. I like the variety. Otherwise, I think I'd kind of go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I think about real estate, it is a sales job, and you can do sales in any different type of industry. But the reason why I really like doing sales in real estate is because it's an industry that really impacts people's lives. You're helping people achieve their financial dreams and goals and their life dreams and goals, and it's just one of those really satisfying things. And of course, now that Evan and I's roles have kind of shifted into also leadership. For me, real estate is, real estate's a sales job, and you can get in any kind of different sales job, any commodity, but real estate's special because you're actually helping people achieve their financial goals, their life goals, and it really is much more satisfying. And as Evan and I transition into more leadership roles, we see the same as kind of helping our agents meet their goals financially and happiness and professional goals.
I love it. So, what's been like the biggest challenge for y'all?
Well, we started a team during COVID, so yeah.
We had the pivoting of a newer team as of the end of 2019 into 2020, switching into Zoom calls, everybody being remote. We had some new agents that we hired during that time period, bringing them up to speed. So being able to make those changes rapidly was something that we did well, but it was a challenge to switch it out from what I love to be in person, being able to collaborate with our team, have them ask any questions on a routine basis type thing. So that was, I think, one of our biggest things.
That is a challenge right there. What has been most rewarding for you, do you feel?
I mean, I would say, some of our agents were on our previous team, and watching them go from, some of them in the $5 million range that they hit for like 4 years in a row, going to a 20 some odd $1 million agent in a year. That's and one of our agents went from 1 million to over 10. I mean, it's a huge jump. And and they did that. They did that during a period of time where we couldn't meet with them in person. So that was really rewarding for me.
That's amazing growth. Good for you all. So tell us about your business.
Well, Tom and I own it, Wardman Residential at Compass. Like I mentioned, we started in late 2019, coming from our previous team into the Wardman Residential name. So we have a full-time operations manager. We have a marketing coordinator, transaction coordinator, and then including us, we have 9 selling team members. Tom and I own it, it's more about the entire team as a whole versus us. So that is our kind of how we define our team.
Tell us about Wardman Residential at Compass. How did that name come about?
So, a lot of there's about 50-50 where teams these days are named after the team leaders or team ownership. We were on a team like that before, and we really felt like we were hamstringing our agents because they would go on listing appointments or meet with new buyers, and the potential client would say, well, why aren't I meeting with Evan or Tom? And that's not fair. And so what we really wanted was a brand that everyone could have as their own. So when the team, the original, 6 of us, and 7, including our operations manager, got together, we said, okay, let's all name the team. So we went through with our marketing department at Compass, and we they brainstormed name ideas, and it was a long process. We didn't want to get it wrong. We wanted to get it right. And so, it was all about what email, what web addresses were available, things. So, and they presented us logos for three different names. And we ultimately all came together and said this was the best name. And Wardman is, Evan this was kind of his story that he likes to tell. So I'll let him.
In the early 1900s, Harry Wardman was an amazing developer in the city. And at the turn of the century, at least 10% of DC's population lived in a Harry Wardman developed home. So it was, if you look at the homes that he developed throughout the entire city, it's a significant impact. And that's when the city was really exploding to that point. And over the past probably 20 years, it's been exploding again. And we really wanted to give something where Harry Wardman was in one portion of it. Now we're taking that Wardman name and really kind of expanding on it. And it gives, like Tom said, all of our agents to have their own identity with where they are with Wardman.
I love it. I love the history within DC too. That's great. Good for you guys.
The beautiful part about it, Kristen, is that when our agents go out to Virginia or Maryland, no one really no one knows what Wardman is. They just think maybe someone owns the team that's named Wardman, or they don't know, but they don't know that it's DC centric. Well, in reality, it's the area centric. I mean, It is, a part of the history of the area, but we didn't want to name it like district property or, so that's something that's so tied to the district.
Yeah, we serve all three jurisdictions, Washington, DC and Maryland. So, like Tom said, we didn't want something so specific to any state, because if we do that, then people might think we're only DC and not Virginia and Maryland, or vice versa. So it gives it a broad stroke against the entire area.
So I love this question. Define success for us.
Work-life balance. I think that's a big one that we look at, and really what we or our agents want to get out of this business. Because you can get as little or as much out of it as you want, and that's super success. I want to come to work every single day. I want to have that excitement, and I want to have something that I absolutely love. That is success for me.
What about you, Tom? Same thing?
So, yeah, I mean, we have the same philosophy, obviously. But what I would say to that point is when we coach our agents, we coach them. We don't give them a number; they give us a number that they want to do that year in volume, and it really is based on what makes them happy, what they want to achieve that year. Not everyone wants to do 20 million. Some people might want to spend more time with their family and do less, and they don't need that type of income, and that's fine with us. They just need to tell us what they want, what makes them happy, because I really truly believe that someone will achieve their goal if they have purpose behind doing so, not because I told them to. And that's how we think as well with our life, and that's how we wanted our agents to be. Because the last thing I want is anyone on our team stressed out because they can't make this number that we gave them, and same with us. Like, we're never going to give ourselves a number that's too high. We give ourselves a number that we want to achieve that's going to make us happy, live our life, and not dread going to work. So that's how we want our agents to be as well.
No, that sounds great. So tell me, this is a great segue to your dreams and goals. What are your dreams and goals? Like, how does that fit in with real estate? Tell us what your dream is. Yeah.
I mean, I'm 45, so I've got 15, 20 more years that I want to participate in this business, which is a lot of time to be able to continue to grow. I think, as we get even, we always have a vacation travel or a vacation planned in the future, which makes us work, while we're in DC super hard, because we have that trip to Canada in, 2 or 3 months, which we absolutely love. And it's always nice having that on the kind of horizon. But, it's.
Let me put it this way. I think we're living our dream and we're living our goals. I think that, I know where we've come from and I know where we're at, and I really just, we both enjoy our lives. Evan's talking about Canada. I mean, these are just yearly things we do. We have, we are able to go away to our second home. I mean, these aren't things that a lot of people have. And so I think we're both like, there's both of us have days where we want to pinch ourselves and go, is this real? Retirement's definitely a goal. I don't want to work forever, but in the right now, I really just want to maintain what we have and continue to be happy. And I mean, I think we're just very lucky to be able to work together and not kill each other. And I mean, you know, and we have a good thing going. So
after being married or together for over 20 years and working together in real estate, 17 of that, you know, a lot of people say, how on earth do you do that? Well, I don't know the answer, but we do it extremely well. You know, we have our lanes, we stick with our lanes of what we're focusing on each side. And, you know, I think we do well with it.
You know, that was actually one of the questions I was going to ask you. Like, is there any advice? So you know, be in your own lanes. Is there any other advice you give for people working together with their spouse? Because you all have done it so well for such a long time. Like,
patience. Obviously in real estate, there's, you know, challenging days, and, you know, knowing kind of how to deal with that. And, you know, the way we think, with the way the business is going, the way we work with our agents, the way we work with our employees, I think we speak for ourselves quite a bit in terms of, if it comes from me, I'll have the same answer as he generally will. So it, you know, that part of it works well, where we know what the other person's thinking, which is somewhat scary.
I mean, I would say this though, we don't like, it would be complete nonsense if we said we agree on everything, and we always have. That's not the case. But I think where we found success is having respect for the opposite opinion. So, you know, it's not a, that's wrong and I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to tell you you're dumb because you wanted to do it. It's going to, it is absolutely, we've always had an ability to go, okay, I'll listen to you. We'll try it your way. And sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. But we don't. And the other thing we don't do is I told you so. So yeah. I mean, there's two different people here. We're not the same person. We are going to have differing ideas on things a lot of times. But that's why staying in your own lane is also good. So,
you know, I sometimes want to overhire, bring more employees on versus agents. You know, but you know, I talk to Tom and I talk to our operations manager, Wendy, and say, hey, you know, how does this look? And, you know, they can overrule, we can try something new, but, you know, that's how we kind of work it.
No, that's fantastic. So, I feel like, so tell us how y'all met, because, I mean, I love the story when you told me in your interview originally. So please, yeah, tell us how y'all met.
Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I was involved with a local bank in Northern Virginia, and as a customer, as a on other aspects as well. But Tom was a bank employee there, and one of the other bankers kind of did a little bit of an introduction, and that's how we met, as a customer versus a banker.
I didn't like him at first. He was.
That's true.
He would come in and I'll go, oh. But, you know, obviously that changed. But I was pretty fresh out of college, and I was doing that while I was working at Hex, which is now Macy's, part time, and so I didn't have a whole lot of time for dating, but we made it work, and that's history.
But I think on our first date, we knew something was special. That was pretty immediate.
Yeah.
What did you guys do for your first date?
We went to Uno's in Reston Town Center, and I'll tell you what, until they closed that Uno's, for every December 16th, we would go back to that Uno's and have the same fattening pizza we had.
So fancy.
That's awesome. Hey, I think that's perfect. Well, so what are you currently learning? What's important to you that you're learning right now?
So on what is it? July 20th, we are actually going to meet with Tom Ferry himself in a 23-person mastermind to discuss a range of topics. And twice a year we go and meet with all the top team leaders in the country to collaborate and learn new things. We find that coaching and collaborating is probably the best learning you can do. Evan reads a lot though, so I'll let him talk about some of it.
Let's put it one way. I don't read a lot. Right now I'm reading a lot due to getting my brokerage license. So that's a lot of reading and going through everything, especially during COVID. But we go to the gym every single day. We pretty much run every single day, or some type of activity on that side, which gives me at least a half hour to be able to listen to an audible book, right? So I just keep on going through, multiple books of mostly either real estate or kind of self-development. And there's a ton of them out there. They're almost endless. But I think what I like about them is maybe 40% of the information in there I super relate to. The other portion of it kind of I put aside, but every single book has some really great takeaways that I enjoy, that I like, that fit me versus the entire book. So that's kind of what I always try to keep on learning that side.
That's beautiful. What are the last couple that have been really great for you, or what are a couple that you would recommend?
7 Habits I really enjoy. 7 Habits of Effective People.
Yep.
Never Split the Difference, and that one, that was done by an FBI negotiator. And never splitting the difference is, if someone is held hostage, you're not cutting that person in half to get half of the person home. So
I actually saw him speak at an event. It was pretty
great speaker.
Yeah.
And then fanatical prospecting. Again, I think something like that is the definition of some of those prospecting ideas I really enjoy, and some of them I don't. So you're going to use the ones that fit your personality. So that's what, like I said, every single book has certain things that work for my brain.
I love it. So do you have any quotes or anything else that you want to share with our people?
Well, mine's a little simpler, but I never did mind about the little things. So it's a quote from a movie it's a fun movie, but it really, I like to kind of look long-term, big picture type stuff. And if the little things bog you down, then you can't see as far as I like to. So that's why I like that quote. And Tom has a great one too.
Well, mine's a Tom Bauer original, and it's being a leader is not about being the greatest, but inspiring others to be their greatest.
Love that too.
And I live that one. That's my whole MO.
Yeah,
Well,
Tom does a lot of the one-on-one coaching and agent development, and that really defines that quote right there. Is he really helps people with their growth.
what have you all done that you feel other real producers absolutely should do?
I mean, and we learned this from our previous team leader, the people we're in partnership, and I took this away from that, and I continue to do it. We believe in coaching. We believe that you should always be willing to learn, and you should be coachable. Like if you're going to do coaching and you're going to go, well, I don't want to hear it, that's wrong, then don't do it. But you need to be coachable. I mean, every single person on our team does coaching. We practice what we preach. We coach once a week. And so we really find that if you want to expand your business and you want growth, that's a really important facet.
Yeah. There's in real estate, there's enough business for everyone out there, right? And I really enjoy collaborating with other agents from other brokerages, other colleagues from around the United States, or a deal that we're doing right now. I think it's not about us being number one or me trying to be better than another person that we're trying to work with. It's there's enough business for us. Let's work together, make things happen on a professional level, and that's super important.
Which is what I loved about the event we came to with you last week, was we were able to do that with agents from all over the place, and it was great. I mean, it's nice to collaborate with Compass agents, but it's also nice to collaborate with other agents throughout the area. So.
Yeah. And that event that we came to with you and all those agents, that was wonderful to meet the people that we worked with, maybe over the phone or just from other areas. That was a great event for real producers.
Thank you so much. Well, so what would you guys like to be remembered for? Like, what would you want to be remembered for?
I want to be, I really want to, and this is a common theme, but I really want to be remembered for people, inspiring people. I don't really want to be remembered for having the most sales. I don't really want to be remembered for, being Washingtonian's best. I don't care. I really want to be remembered for elevating people's careers, and that's what Wardman's all about.
Professionalism and ethical real estate transactions.
Oh yeah, one of our main core values is client centric, and that is the cornerstone of our business. And that's one of the reasons why we don't pressure agents to sell, because we'd rather them take care of their clients in an ethical, proper manner, because that is our brand. That our brand is on the line with consumers, and we want to make sure that they are taken care of 100% correctly.
Yeah.
Well, I am so glad that you all decided to be part of the real estate community and that you're part of Real Producers. Thank you for being on our cover and informing and inspiring our people. Thank you.
Oh, our pleasure. I think a couple of our team members wasn't able to make that cover, but the rest of us did. So that's great. Thank you for thinking of us on that side.
Yeah. Well, have a good day, everybody.
See ya.